Alright, so at any point in this video, if I sound like complete fucking death, I probably have food poisoning for like the second time this year. I gotta get used to saying 2016. First time this year, I have food poisoning. And I just had it like 2 months ago too, so pretty unlucky. But today's video we're gonna be discussing a certain topic that kind of makes me laugh, and it's kind of fucked up in certain times, but I saw something today, actually in the morning, that really pissed me off before I had to deal with this fucking food poisoning bullshit. But my friend texted me, said he was at the mall today, so I went to the mall. And we met up with this other kid, and his mom was with him. And his mom had her baby with her, okay? And she vaped a lot. I could tell just by her whipping it out every 5 seconds and just hitting the vape. Not that that's a problem. I mean, some people just do that. It's a habit. And some people actually need it. Well, she probably did. But she wouldn't set the fucking baby down to vape. And she was like holding it in one arm and blowing this fucking like vape cloud in this poor baby's face. And this baby's like trying to avoid it. And my friend was just like, hey mom, like the baby, like watch out, it's getting in his face. And she's like, oh, I'm such a klutz, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, a little bit, just a little bit of a klutz. And my friend, he took the baby, okay? Clearly the mother was too in the vape world to deal with it at the time. It was kind of fucked up. I felt a little bit bad for the thing. But he wasn't fucking dead, and it just was a quick second that this poor baby had to deal with that shit. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, I'm making a video about this. So, without further ado, I'm gonna tell you guys the story of when this dumbass girl in my class vaped in front of the teacher. Now, it was a normal Monday, okay? I came into school really pissed off because, you know, who fuck wouldn't? It's Monday, you come to school and you just hate life. Or you just really love school and you come into fucking Monday just being like, yeah, I'm gonna kick today's ass. Well, that wasn't really my mentality. I would come into school being like, yeah, I'm gonna let today kick my ass, and that's what I did, and I went into first period, and there were some little fucking rebels in my first period class, okay? A lot of people would literally just take out their fucking vapes, and they just smoke right in the classroom, and the teachers would always be like, whose perfume is that? It smells really good. We'd just all be fucking dying laughing because the teacher has no clue of what's going on, and I'd just sit there and kind of keep quiet, and she'd look around and just kind of think she knew kind of what it was, but not really, and she just kind of suspected it to be perfume. But that's what she would fucking do. And there finally came a day where clueless teacher lady actually fucking got a clue, turned around and caught her, and it was really funny. She was in the front of the room, okay, writing down some random bullshit that involves math and equations and fucking stuff like that, and this girl pulls out this fucking telescope out of her pocket, this fucking vape. The vape of all vapes, like the fucking god of vaping, probably handed this down to this woman. And she starts hitting it, okay, and the noise that it's making, it's like... And the teacher turns around and she looks at it and she's like, what is that? This mean motherfucker looks at her back and she's like, it's a vape. I'm just sitting in the back of the room like, oh shit, it's about to go down. And the teacher is just so fucking confused. She approaches this girl and she's like, is that a tobacco product? And the girl looks back at her and she's like, huh. And they start fucking laughing. Like these groups of girls all start laughing. I'm just like, oh my god, this is cringy. And the girl looks back at her and she's like, yep, it is. And she's like, is it like a cigarette? And she's like, pretty much. And she's like, okay, well, get out of my classroom. You're going to get written up. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, jeez, fuck, dude. She stands up. She starts walking towards the door. And I'm like, all right, cool. She's just going to leave and probably leave the school, go to like Dunkin' Donuts or some shit. And we won't have to worry about her for the rest of the class. Nope. She gets up, goes up to the smart board. I'm thinking she's about to start teaching us a fucking lesson. She turns around, whips out her telescope vape, ready to look at the moon. And she takes a huge puff on this shit and just ghost inhales it, just fucking in front of the whole class, smokes this shit, and then walks out the door. And the teacher goes over to her desk and she's like, what is wrong with teens these days? And then everyone starts kind of giggling and she looks over at all her friends and she's like, hey, do you guys have any of those vape things as well? And they're like, yeah, we do, but we don't have them in class or anything. And that was complete fucking bullshit. I've seen them smoke too. And yeah, the teacher's like, all right, well, if you do, don't pull them out. And for the rest of the class, this teacher just fucking worked on this huge paper about, she basically like typed out a fucking essay about how this girl in her class was smoking in the classroom in front of students and putting people at like health risk or some shit. And yeah, she wrote her up and got her in big trouble, got her suspended, I think, for like 2 days. And I guess this just goes to show that you shouldn't bring telescopes to school and smoke them. I'm just fucking around, but seriously, it's actually kind of crazy that vaping, like, came out a few years back. We're not even a few years ago. It's been a while. I remember when they came out, though, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I was like, oh, it's kind of a safer way to do, like, smoke tricks and stuff. And then all of a sudden it fucking blew up, and now it's this big thing. And I don't hate it. I think it's kind of funny that some people jump on this, like, vaping fucking bandwagon and buy these really expensive mods that they don't use or need. But yeah, if you smoke vapes, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not really a problem with me at all. And it's definitely better for you than smoking cigarettes, but it's pretty fucking funny, and I thought I would tell you guys this story. So if you did enjoy, leave a like, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with another video if I don't die from food poisoning. But yeah, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.